Everyone, and welcome back to Polly's Pretties. Tonight we're here to do the challenge for August, which is hashtag Make It With Me, and this is day 5, wire wrap beads. So I've got a couple different sets of pliers out, and I'm going to come and bring it down to the desk. Sorry about that. A couple different sets. These are like wire cutters on the back, but they're a plier on the front, and these are round nose pliers. I use these a lot. As you can tell, these are pretty old, kind of beat up, but I like them and they work. I've got some beads dug out. I've got some of my posts dug out. Now, I might do mine a little different than you all do, and that is totally okay. So we're just going to start, and we're going to go through, because I've got a few of them dug out here I want to do. And I always take a small bead, because these are the flathead pins. And I take a small little bead and kind of put it on the bottom and make sure that it can't pull off there. Just because I don't want the earrings or the wire wrap beads or whatever I turn this into to turn into yuck. So, let me turn you a squidge here. Alright, so this one I just have a little crystal bead there, and that's just an acrylic one. And then this is one of the check glass beads, and I have it on there, and I think that's all I'm going to do with this one. So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to bend that wire right about there. Now, I'm also going to start wrapping here. Now, I don't always wrap it around the bead, but what I mean by wire wrapping the bead is making like the, ring up here at the top. Now, sometimes I will wrap around the bead if I think I can get it down and around it and make it look nice, but sometimes I don't, because sometimes it's just something that I don't think I'd do very well at. I'm going to cut that excess wire off, because I don't want to have that much. I think that would be just too much. I think it would look awful that way. So, and then we're going to get a grip on our wire and start rolling it back and down in towards our bead here. And let me see if I can get this guy. I think I might have did this one wrong. But if I did, that's okay. We'll just keep going and we'll figure them out as we go. I should be using my square nose ones, not those, to make sure it's a little more together there. And this is what I meant by like a wire wrap bead, not wrapping, wow, I can't talk tonight, the wire around it, but just making like the loop at the top and leaving it kind of cute like that. That's one. Let me get rid of that, because I don't want to step on that or have anybody else step on that. That's pretty awful. Okay. Let's do one on a gold wire this time. That was a silver. And I think we'll do another yellow bead, but this is going to be a different shape. So I'm going to start again with my little like crystal type bead down at the bottom. I've got a little bit bigger of a spacer here that I want to put on, I think. I might change my mind about that depending. Oh, I kind of like it. Alright, so there's the next one. And this one, I wonder if... I think we'll go down a little closer to the bead and bend. And then let's see how that's going to sit when it's not caught on my finger. Okay. That's a lot of wire, especially. No. That's what I was trying to think on. Okay. So, come on. I hate when they twist on me. I'm going to bring that down, around. I'm just holding it there so I get the right placement for my wire. Ow, 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 that hurt. Don't do that, by the way. So right now I'm just taking the wire from the post here, and I'm wrapping it around the loop I made very carefully. And here in a minute I'll probably have to get my cutters up here, straighten that loop up a bit so it doesn't look so trash, because right now it does. It looks all bent and weird and trashy. And you may have to straighten them just based on how you make it. You know, there's no harm, no foul to that. Let me get my pliers in there again, because that wire's being a booger. Okay. I don't know if I can get that last little piece spinning around there. It's really wanting to give me a good amount of trouble. And I like to wrap all the way around and make sure that there are no parts that's sticking out to hurt anyone. Meaning if I have to cut it off, then I'll cut it off, but I'd prefer not to. I like going all the way around with mine. Yeah, I can't even get a hold of that one. And I did do that first one wrong. I figured I might, because it's been a while since I did any wrapping. So, and that's kind of, that ought to tell you, I haven't wrapped beads in a while. And it's not like it's a bad thing, just, that's not what I planned, so that's alright. And this guy and me are going to have us a fist fight here. He is not wanting to wrap that last little bit. Okay, so now can I get a hold of that guy? Yeah, there we go. Get a hold of it. Okay. And sometimes you may have to have a couple sets. One to hold it one way and one to make your wire go where you're telling it to go. And there is this one. So there's 2 beads. Okay. I'm going to do another silver one now. Okay. I think we'll do this one on the silver. So again, small bead on the bottom. Then I'm going to use another larger. Oh, if I can remember. There we go. If I can find a hole. Then we're going to use a larger bead there. I'm going to bring on a bead cap, like so. I think that's really pretty. And then for this one, there we are. And then bring these in here. And we're going to trap. And you can use these for dangles. You can use these for earrings. You could use these on as a pendant piece. You know, it's literally whatever you come up with. Quite literally. And that's not a joke. I have in the past made pendants from some of the beads like this that I've done. And they really turn out quite cute. Okay, that guy is peeing me off, so we're going to go back over here. Because I don't mind that my flower piece moves a bit, but I do not want my wire to move like that. And me and this wire piece down here, we're going to have us a time, I think. He's being stubborn, and I'm not going to go for that. I don't like it. So, if I can find where it went now, I should probably take my glasses off for this. Because me and these glasses don't see eye to eye when I'm doing this. Yeah, as a matter of fact, hang on. I'm not able to see that good enough, and I am not going to let it hurt somebody. So now I can see you. Hi. Oops, wrong one. Okay. Now I can see you. We're going to go over here and we're going to work with you. Yeah, we're going to work with you. Okay. And here is that one. So just something simple, cute. Okay, now these two I've been debating back and forth which way to go with. So I think I'm just going to go with it, and however they turn out, it's however they turn out with these ones. Because I keep debating 2 or 3 times whether I want this one gold or silver. So we're just going to go with this one. And see how she goes. Oh yeah, that one's pretty. I think so anyway. There's another little one. And you know what? I'm going to have to get in my box here, because I want to add something to that one. Okay. I think this one is this one. Yeah. So, yes, I think. Yeah, I'm doing my video. And then we'll add this one. My wire wrap stuff I gotta make today, for tomorrow, technically. Okay, so add a few more pieces to that one, just to give it a little bit of something. And then we're going to come in, and we are going to end, and with these, wrap. Oh, come on now, Jack, don't do that. I'll wrap it. Down like that. Bring it over, and then start twisting our wire around. Okay. And I'm going to straighten that piece up. It looked kind of wonky there. Okay. There we go. Alright, and there is that little one there on that silver. So that's 4 different ones. There's a silver, there's a purple and silver, or a pink and silver, a purple silver, a yellow, and then a yellow with the spacer there. And now we'll do the last one I had planned out here. Try to straighten up my little wire piece. Okay, that's what I was trying to remember how I was going to do this one. Okay, so this one, ooh, okay, that really pulls, okay. That goes down at the bottom, then we're going to take a little flower piece here, these are acrylic, and we're going to put it over so it kind of looks like this. And when you look up, it'll have the little pearl inside. Now, I'm going to put one of these little ones on top of there, and I think that's all I want on that one, honestly. So, let's bend. Let's get our little round nose guys in place. And we're going to bring it around. Bring it around. Bring it around. I don't like how that's sitting. There we go. Okay. So. Alright. Now, gotta get my loop, but I gotta get hold of this too. Alrighty. Oopsie, what was that? Oh, I see what that was. Oh, that jaggered duck. And it didn't hit the piece. Okay, hang on a minute here. We'll fix that. And then we'll pull this Oh, wait. Okay, hold on here. There we go. Okay, now let me clean up the little bit of a mess here I made. Because this one is on a gold ear wire piece type thing that I use. And as you can see, like I said, the pearl is on the inside. You have your little piece here, and then you have your little piece there. So that is now 5 little wire wrap pieces. And like I said, these are just your very generic wire wrapping. This isn't like grabbing out a long piece of wire and sitting here and wrapping a big bead. Although, let me see here. This may not do as well as I want. We will see. I didn't buy this. This came, well, I did, but I didn't buy it like separately like I usually do. This came with a kit. There we go. Where's the piece? I don't want to lose it. So, and I don't want that coming all undone either. Oh my goodness. Boy, they did not take care of that, did they? No siree. Alright, let's see. Can I get this? Oh boy. Yikes. No, probably not. Well, I'll just have to do my best with it, because it's being rather obnoxious. So, maybe I'll just have to use that up quickly. Alright. I'm going to try to do a little larger bead here. So, bear with me. This may work, it may not. Like I said, I didn't really plan to do this. I usually use a very much thicker wire. I don't use really super thin like this. I mean, yeah, I can. This may not work because I can bend this with my fingers. So it may not stay where I tell it to stay. And that would be an issue. We shall see, but I don't know. I really don't like how easy this one bends. At all. I don't like the way this bends. So I'm going to try a little bit something here to try to strengthen this. Okay. Okay, so you can, when you have enough flexible wire, actually run it through the hoops you made and bring it in tight and wrap it around your wire to kind of give it a little more stability. I still don't know if it's going to work the way I want. We're going to see. This one, like so. And 3 wraps is usually a good start to getting anything, you know, wrapped and put together like that. I'm going to do another one simply because I can see where the end of my wire is here. And I want to make sure I get enough around here to kind of hold that down so it's not up in the way. I think we're good. So, and this is probably longer than I need, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let me move these guys quickly. Alright. Now, I think we'll take an acrylic bead, since I don't usually use this wire. I don't usually buy this one, and we'll string it down. Okay, so your bottom is going to be your your dangly piece where you can hang from. So, but the way I'm going to do this also, I think, is I'm going to bring this up. We're going to go straight up, just straight up from the bottom. We're going to run it right back through our loop at the top. We're going to pull it as straight and tight as we can get. We're going to make sure to hold that piece steady. And then we're going to, if I can get my fingers to work here, we're going to wrap it around, going back through. We're not going to go around the bead again yet. We're going to go back through the loop, pulling tight. Okay, so that will hold that bead like that. Then we're going to bring it down from the top point here, where we just wrapped. We're going to bring it down from this top point, and we're going to come down and under, and then we're going to, if I can get a hold of my wire here, we're going to go down under and right up through the center of the bead again, like so, which will pull and give you a secondary line like that. And you can bend this in a little more so it looks like it's actually holding it. So it's kind of starting to take the shape like a little genie bottle, if you will. Then we're going to go back through our loop, and we are going to, okay. And then we're going to pull it back tight again, wrapping it around once, because you want that bead to be really good in there. You don't want anything to happen to that bead. So we're just going to give this one another little wrap around, say like that. And we're going to come in and do it again here, wrap, because it needs to be nice and tight there. We don't want to have any play in the wire. Okay. And then we're going to do one more wrap, making sure to bring it through the loop. Okay, if I can get there. Through the loop, and this time, instead of being up, we want to come down. So you want to come down, pulling it down toward the bottom where your base is. And then we're going to come on, and we're going to do one more pull down here. So this is going to be your pull down piece. You're going to come down and around to the bottom of the bead. Okay. And then we're going to go right up through the center of the bead all over again. This is where it gets a little tricky, because by this time it's not wanting to go there. It's giving you the I don't want to, but it's going to have to do the have to's. Okay, now this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to go wrap around the base of my dangle piece here. 1, 2, 3, 4, as tight as I can. Okay, which should hold our wires in place. Then we're going to feed back through our loop, come in, wrap around. We're going to come back up. We're going to wrap. And this, you're going to find your wire will get short. It will. And that is totally okay. All right, we're going to wrap that. Make sure to pull it tight. And then we're going to go down in, through again. Wrap that one. Pull it tight. And then this time, I'm going to take my cutters. We'll get down in here just as close as I can get, because I don't want any excess there. I should probably have my flush cutters out. They'd probably make this a lot easier. And we are going to cut that excess off. Now, the next thing we want to do is, because there is going to be a little piece there, you want to make sure that gets flattened into your work. Not so that it pokes out and hurts anybody. There we are. And there's a little bit more of a wire wrapped, fancier type of bead. And as you can see from the bottom, it goes into the bottom and everything. But it also comes around up at the top, and it gives you a little bit heavier, substantial piece to put on there. So there's another way of wire wrapping if you want to. And that is the wire wrap beads. We did a big, large blue one. Let me get this piece. Oh, maybe. My fingers don't want to pick it up. Anyway, a large blue one, We did our petal with the pearl inside. We've got some check glass right here that we did. Stay there. We have a acrylic bead here we did that looks like a flower. We have another little acrylic bead that's just a pretty pink shade. And we have another check glass that's in yellow. And there are our beads. And it didn't take us any time to do them, as you saw. I mean, we're sitting at 25 minutes and we've done 6 of them. And this one was a more intense wrap than what these others were. So there you go, 6 beads, no time, and you've got beautiful pieces you can use as dangles. You could make an earring this way. You could do them as a pendant. This one would make a pretty pendant here. This one would make a good pendant. Don't think I would do that as an earring. That's an awfully big earring. So you could put them as a dangle on bracelets. But there you have it, my friends. Wire wrapped beads. From the simple to the little bit more intense. And they can be used just as is. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here and spending some of your day with me. I hope you enjoy this challenge and what I'm bringing to you with it and how different it is. And I hope that if you're playing along, you're enjoying it. And thank you for playing along. I hope that you will please remember to smile. It makes people wonder what you're up to. Hug someone, anyone, everyone. It's good for you. It's good for them. It's medically proven. And please, above all else, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy. Until next time, thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.